Come on now, little bro, let's go over 10 ways to be less nervous around women. Number one, and probably most important, why, bro, every time I do one of these clickbait videos, there's 7 ways to get girls, the 3 things, I do these like somewhat clickbait titles and try to still make them like really educational inside the video. But every single time I do a video like this, number one, the first point that I always tell you when it comes to getting girls is to stop watching porn, and even the softcore stuff that you see on TikTok, and Instagram's literally just softcore porn, TikTok's mostly softcore porn, and you can cope all you want and say like, oh no, my TikTok's full of Andrew Tate shorts, and yeah, it probably is, and oh, my Instagram's full of just UFC and football stuff, and yeah, it probably is, but you're still probably seeing more ass on your Instagram than your entire bloodline has seen before you, so it's still gonna mess you up, isn't it? Why is it that porn makes you nervous around women? Well, just think about it, it's messing up your brain, and it's doing it in such a malicious way, because when you watch porn, especially like video content that you see on like Pornhub or something, usually what you're watching is another man piping the girl that you want, and so you're sat there like some weird man who's going to be in the corner watching this couple have sex, and you're conditioning and programming and training your brain to be aroused at the fantasy of other people having sex in front of you. You train your brain to like that, and then eventually when it comes to speaking to girls, you can't help but to have images and feelings of feeling like a cuck. You can't help but think about the other guys that she's maybe spoke to or been with. Or on the other hand, for a lot of guys, it makes you quite weird at speaking to girls because you have the flashes of thousands of images and videos of, girls getting nailed in this way and like some big gangbang with BBCs and everything. It messes up your expectations. You're so conditioned to watching these women who have had surgery, and even there's video editing going on and everything. So eventually when you see just like a normal woman in front of you, it's disappointing. Her titties aren't perfect. They're not fake. Oh, they're not like Double D's standard yet. She's not making moans like Madison Ivy does. Watching a lot of porn, and especially the softcore stuff that you see on social media, it makes you nervous around girls, because I want you to imagine, let's say a schoolboy, he's in high school, right? He's like 15 years old, and he maybe has like a crush on the girl that is in his class. He's 15, it's normal to be like, a little bit of a Jeffrey, so he goes home, he's on his phone, and he's on TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram, and that girl that he's kind of got a crush on has just posted a TikTok today where she's doing one of those challenges that are like child baits, which is literally like, it's the culture of TikTok to promote child. It's fucking disgusting. TikTok is weird, bro. But yeah, so he sees her doing one of these sexual dances on TikTok, right? And he watches it maybe 4 times, 5 times, and he sends the link to his friends. And she's not even nude or anything. That'd be way too far. She's fully clothed, but it's like, yeah, she's still young. And he's seeing this and seeing her in this sexually provocative way. When he sees her next, is he gonna speak to her just completely normally with that image in his mind? Or is he gonna stumble over his words a bit more? Is he gonna be nervous and a little bit weird around her? We're very deep into this like modern hyper-sexualized narrative, but it's extremely hard to have normal, healthy conversations and development and relationships with women who have shown off their bodies in a sexual way online. It's extremely hard, and it's never worth it anyway. A man who respects himself, I don't think, would really go there. But if she's been making all these like sexual TikToks and ass pics on Instagram and everything, it makes you weirdly nervous around her, because it just does something to your brain, which is, it just feels weird. It's probably some caveman stuff of like seeing her hyper-sexualized online. Your caveman brain thinks, yep, she's easy, but then she acts like she's not easy in person, so it's this weird mix that it's just that our primal brains aren't used to this. It's not used to this hyper-sexualized nature. It's not used to you being able to log onto a website and see the unreal, infinite amount of variety in women, and for you to trick your body and your soul and your brain to thinking that you're ejaculating with one of these women right now when you're literally just tugging it by yourself. So of course you're gonna feel weird and nervous around girls. And I don't say this to humiliate you or to make you feel bad if you do watch, porn still, but you can see from so many videos online, so many guys are taking a big step back from porn because we just are realizing like it's actually so bad for us. And so here's yet another thing that it's bad for us with. The second way to be less nervous around girls is to be around them more. Now I don't mean you have to go out there and date more women or anything, but simply being around girls more, whether it's in class or it's in sports or events or cafes, anywhere. Literally just having more women around you that you're casually speaking to. Maybe it's a female barista that you're ordering from, maybe there's a girl in your little study group in high school or college that you've developed. These small things of just having like a woman who's somewhat friends with you. You know, you're not even like close, but you know, you just, yeah, you sit and you do work together, you, her, and like 5 other people. This will actually let you subtly practice some small things because, you know, it just seems so weird sometimes to speak to girls. And so this can normalize it. Because for me personally, when I was younger and I was in high school, my mom had this level of control over me where she didn't want me to like, you know, be around girls or to speak to them in any way because she thought they were a distraction, and she was 100% right. But obviously I was still distracted because I was going through puberty and I was desperate. And my brother had the same kind of influence on me as well of, you know, this kind of thing of like, no, we don't speak to girls, you know, they're just weird, whatever, they're a distraction. And so what happened was that I was quite awkward and nervous around girls for a very long time. And I can tell you that, you know, I went to some like parties when I was 15 or 16 and there's girls there and I was just weird around them. Not, you know, I wasn't saying anything weird, I wasn't being like creepy or anything, but I just, you know, I didn't know what to do because imagine it's one of the first times that like a girl's next to you outside of school and you just kind of freeze up when she's talking to you and, you know, you're like, you can't even hold eye contact. We're sat on the couch in a party or something, you know, like some young party you go to at 16 years old, it's your friend's birthday party or something. And I'm like barely even holding her eye contact, looking straight forward and like, you know, laughing at jokes that aren't even funny or anything. When I compare that one random party, it was like one of my friend's 16th birthday party, to how I am around women now. And I'm not no pro or anything like that, but there's been a big amount of progress to like how comfortable and confident I am around the opposite sex, because I've now actually had a good level of like practice of not even just dating, but, you know, just literally just having women around me. And I think university really did that for me because I lived in like a student accommodation building. So there was a bunch of guys, bunch of girls that I knew. You go to the gym, there's girls there that I've spoke to. People come to my place for like a party or, you know, to drink or whatever. So I was starting to surround myself around women, and suddenly being one-on-one, even getting more intimate, it didn't feel anywhere near as nerve-wracking as it used to just like a year or two before I went to uni.